Hi everyone, it's Michael Wong here. I'm an Australian lawyer and a registered migration agent. Today in this video, we are going to cover what's happened in the past week in Australian laws regarding immigration and education. So before I start, I'd like to remind you, please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumb up if you like this video and this channel. Also, you can actually hit the bell so that next time if we got new video, we can remind you. The first topic I'd like to cover is the New South Wales 491 visa. So New South Wales state government has actually announced the new streams and new requirement for those who would like to apply for the 491 visa with the state nomination by the New South Wales government. So there's three streams. The first stream is for those who has lived and worked in the regional New South Wales for at least 12 months before you lodge an application. The second stream is for those who recently graduate in the regional New South Wales. When I say recently graduate, you have to be a graduate within 24 months before you apply for the state nomination, and you have to study in the regional New South Wales. The third stream is actually for those who can demonstrate, you can get a job offer in the regional New South Wales. You don't have to be in the regional New South Wales before you apply for the visa. However, you have to demonstrate you got the job offer. The second stream in this category is for those who have 5 years experience and who are now offshore. So you have to work in your nominated occupation for 5 years, and you have to be offshore before you apply for the state nomination. The last stream for this category will be for those who has an immediate family member living in regional New South Wales. Okay. The second topic I would like to talk about is in the past 2 weeks, actually the state government of Tasmania updated the priority occupation list. They put chef and cook back into the priority occupation list. So if you are a chef or you are a cook, you are very welcome to apply for the state nomination of Tasmania, and you can expect a state nomination granted to you. The third topic is about the GTI, Global Talent Independent Visa. So for the Global Talent Independent Visa, in the past or before Sunday this week, I would say, which is 14th of November. Before 14th of November, the visa is actually divided into two subclasses. One is 124 visa and the other one is 858 visa. However, the government has streamlined these two visas into one visa. So they cease 124 visa, but we keep the 858 visa. So now both onshore and offshore applicants can apply for 858 visa instead. Compared to the 124 visa, the 858 visa got two characteristics that 124 visa does not have. The first one is the health waiver. So in the past, if you're offshore, if you apply for the 124 visa and you got some issues about your health, then you might be refused. However, under the 858 regime, if you got a little bit issue with your health, you might actually ask for a waiver. The immigration can waive your health criteria for this visa. The second characteristic for the 858 visa is actually the family violence provision. If you have applied for the 858 visa and before the decision has been made, and you are experiencing family violence and your relationship has been broken up with the main applicant, you can be granted the visa even you separate with the main applicant, which is the I think human rights consideration for this one. Now I'm going to talk about the citizenship test after the 15th of November. So after 15th of November, the citizenship test has changed. So in the past, you have to pass 75% of the 20 questions, then you can pass the citizenship test. However, after 15th of November, you have to pass 75% of the 20 questions And within that 20 questions, you have 5 questions about the Australian value. You have to pass 100% of these 5 Australian value questions so that you can pass the citizenship test. Remember, the citizenship test is the mandatory requirement for you to have the Australian citizenship. So make sure you read the books, do some revision about the Australian value. Then I'm going to talk about the COVID-19 situation in Australia. South Australia actually welcomed 300 students on 16th of November. They landed on South Australia. They're now in the quarantine in the hotel, and then after the quarantine, they can actually resume the study or start the study in the University of South Australia, University of Adelaide, and the Flinders University. However, because of the recent wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in South Australia has decided not to continue the pilot program until the wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in South Australia has been controlled or well managed. So we have to wait and see how it's going for this wave of the pandemic in South Australia. Because of the South Australia second wave of pandemic, even there is no new cases in Victoria for the 21 consecutive days. The border between the South Australia and Victoria has been closed again. So hopefully it will be reopened soon. And in the coming Sunday, we hope that the Premier Daniel Andrews of Victoria will give us more hints about the restrictions in Victoria, and we hope that the offices will be open fully. All right, the last one will be about the vaccination. Why I talk about the vaccination? Because it relates to the Australian border. So the Prime Minister have already said if there is a vaccination, there is a high chance that the Australian border will be opened. And we know that like the company who create or who manufacture the vaccines got good results, especially in US and Oxford University. And I would like to highlight the Oxford University. I read the news this morning saying that the Oxford University vaccination is effective on elderly people. So I would say this vaccine is quite promising. And why I would like to highlight this, because the Australian government has already signed an agreement with Oxford University, so that Oxford University will provide vaccinations to Australian people. And the first batch of the Oxford University will be produced in Melbourne, the CSL plant. And the government has already will invest extra money on CSL plant so that they can move their vaccination manufacturing plant from Parkville to Broadmeadows, which is they're based in Victoria. That's all for today, and that's all for this week. Remember, if you like this video, please give up a thumb up, share this video to your friends, comment our video. And if you like this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that we can remind you next time if we got new videos. See you next week. Bye bye.